What's going on, guys? It's Beckon and Cal here, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a deck tech on probably one of the most fun decks in Magic, Mono Red Aggro. I mean, if you don't like playing Mono Red Aggro, do you even like playing Magic? It's one of the core decks that throughout the ages has always been there in some form or another. Even a year ago, if you look back on my channel, I was posting videos on Mono Red Aggro. It's a fun deck. Some people think that it's a brainless deck. However, actually, aggressive decks are some of the hardest decks to play well. In this video, I'll go through some gameplay, and I'll show you guys how I play to hopefully improve your level, or at least be out a little bit. This Mono Red deck works the same as pretty much all Mono Red decks in the recent past. We've got cards such as Fireblade Champion, Rimrock Knight, Rob of the Rich, Anax, Bonecrusher Giant, Phoenix of Ash, Torbrand, Embercleave, Cast Lembreth, which are all the cards which have been commonly used in Mono Red in recent times. So if you've played Magic in the past year, they should be familiar names to you. However, there are some new names as well that have been released in some of the more recent sets, such as Fireblade Charger. It's not quite from Kaldheim, but from Zendikar, it is a new addition to the Mono Red archetype. Now, Fireblade Charger is just a really nice one-drop, nice and aggressive, works out really well in a lot of situations. Then we have Frostbite, which is one of the cards that has been added from a most recent set, Kaldheim. Now, if you have a look at our mana base, we've got 19 snow-covered mountains and 4 faceless havens. Now, all of these are snowlands. Now, adding snowlands to your deck play no differently to the normal basic mountains that aren't snow. So there is no downside to playing this. However, this Frostbite is one of the best cards in the deck. It is amazing removal, and the amount of creatures and utility you can get from it is amazing. Let's have a look at Goldsman Dragon then, which is the only other real addition to the deck from Kaldheim. Now, this 5 mana 4/4 flying haste creature is really good. As it's flying, it gets a lot of damage in the air, and it's just a really nice finisher. Also, the ability of when it attacks, create a treasure token, has amazing upside. As say, you can play Goldsman Dragon in your main phase, swing in, and then play any of a multitude of cards of mana cost 2 or less from your hand on your second main. It's frankly amazing. And also the ability, which is kind of neglected, the side of that ability, which is whenever it becomes the target of a spell, create a treasure token. That can also have amazing upside later on into the game when they try and kill it. Okay, so let's have a look at this sideboard then. Now, the sideboard, there's 2 more copies of Frostbite. Now, when I said earlier that it was a really good removal spell, I was not lying. So if you're playing against the Mirror with Mono Red, if you're playing against Mono White Aggro, if you're playing against Dimir Rogues, if you're playing against Gruul Aggro, Naya Aggro, all of the aggro decks, you want Frostbite in your deck. Now, we then have Red Cap Melee. Now, if they've got red in the deck, as a general rule of thumb, you want Red Cap Melee. So, the deck I can think of which is less so is blue-red spells. However, even in that deck, it's probably quite useful to add in Red Cap Melees to combat both the Goldsman Dragon and also the Bonecrusher Giant. Now, Roiling Vortex is an interesting card because you add it in against 2 totally different decks. So you add it in against any control deck which you play against, as it's quite a nice finisher for later on. And it's also really good against Mono White Life Gain. Those are the 2 decks, because Mono White Life Gain, because if you pay 1 red mana, your opponents can't gain life this turn. So you only have to save up 1 red mana per turn, and it kind of shuts off their entire game plan. Okay, now let's have a look at Scorching Dragonfire. Very good against Mono Red, very good against Mono White, very good against Rogues, the whole host of them. It's very good. Just really good removal. The exile effect sometimes is very useful. Then we've got Shredded Sails. This is good against Great Hedge decks in particular. Also, it's good if they're playing the Goldsman Dragon. However, predominantly you want to be adding it in against decks that play the Great Hedge. We then have Phoenix of Ash. Now, this is very good against Rogues. That's the deck you play it against. We have the Aggro War. Now, the Aggro War is really good against your decks which play Lovestruck Beast. In particular, so any mono green deck, any Gruul deck, Naya Adventures, and then you also have upside if you play it in the Mirror, so against other mono red decks, and yeah, just any decks which play big creatures that you don't want to be blocking your creatures and you want to be swinging in with yourself. You can't go wrong really with playing a Crown War against a creature deck. Then you have 3 copies of Ox. Now this is for Dimir Rogues and Dimir Rogues only really. It's a mental card, especially for 2 red mana. You get a 5/3. When you play it later on into the card, later on into the game, you'll draw 3 cards with having to discard very little, and also exiling 8 cards from your graveyard, which a vast majority of the time will actually shut off most of the Dimir Rogue's good cards, because you won't have enough cards left in your graveyard. What is it, 7 or 8 cards is what they gain benefits from, for them to have their buffs. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into some games. We're on a draw this game. This is a pretty slow hand, although I like the thought of Anax plus Embercleave later on into this game, so I will keep this. The downside we get from keeping it is a lot lower than the downside we'd get from losing a card for mulliganing. Okay, Snow-Covered Mountain. Sure. If he plays Valky, we can kill it with a Bone Crusher Giant. So we're kind of hoping that that's the card they play. Interesting here. Do we... So they've got that 2 mana Scry 2 draw 2. I can't quite remember the name for it. So do we play Fireblade Charger or save up Bone Crusher Giant? Now I don't think that they're going to play a creature with mana with which we can kill with Bone Crusher Giant. Therefore, it'd be better for us to play Fireblade Charger in this situation. Alright. Omen, that's the one. Omen of the Sea. A lot of the times, it's pretty face up what these people have. Okay, scrolling 2 to the top is not what we like to see. We are playing against a slower deck, which Mono Red is kind of built to beat. I mean, Elspeth Conquer's deck. Elspeth's Nightmare is awful there. It gets rid of our Henge later on. Play Anax out. Go on then, mate. Take our Embercleave. It's a bit of a bummer, but it's fine. We can play Torbrand next turn if he's, you know. Okay. Let's play Torbrand. Swing in for however much with Anax. 12. If he just plays out Yorion, we're in an amazing position here, because we can just win. Let's hope he doesn't. Okay, Extinction Event goes for odd when we've got lethal. Okay, let's do 8 damage to him with Bone Crusher Giants, and then swing in for him with 8 with Torbrand. Yeah, that guy played really well that turn. Really nice play from him. I respect it a lot. He totally, you know, he really fought out that game. He could see both of our Bone Crusher Giants in hand because he'd had to discard our Embercleave. But, you know, some people make stupid plays. Okay. Now, let's just think about what we want to do. Now, Frostbite isn't going to be a good card in this matchup. Phoenix of Ash might have upside. However, we might just want to play Ox or something. Maybe Roiling Vortex as well. This is a difficult decision to make. I'm going to add in 2 Oxes for later on into the game. Okay. See if this guy's improved a bit for the second game. I mean, I'm not going to be too harsh on the guy because I've also made mistakes in the past playing Magic, obviously. Okay, he mulligans, we keep. Fireblade Charger turn 1, Fireblade Charger plus Rimrock Knight turn 2, hopefully drawing a card for drawing a land to be able to play Anax. Okay. Jesus. Maybe we don't want to commit too heavily with the Fireblade Chargers because of... Let's just go for it. Because of the exile with mana cost card. Let's play Rob of a Rich. Maybe he has Omen of the Sun, which would be less good, but yeah, he's got Omen of the Sun. So what? Okay, that play makes it quite unlikely that he's got the exile with mana cost effect. If he does have it, it's played kind of poorly. Oh, and he gets rid of our Embercleave. That's just irritating, that. Alright, we'll play our Anax out. So that is irritating. I guess we're just going to have to believe in the cleave and hope we draw it again. If we get one more land, then we can play the majority of cards in our deck. Oh, so he does have Extinction Event. Why did he block with the Omen of the Sun like that? It's just stupid. So, you know, some games you just have to wonder what the opponent's doing. It might be that he drew Extinction Event, but also he should just sack the Fabled Passage. Makes it less likely for him to draw more lands. It strengthens his draw. Plays up Doom Foretold. Okay. I'll play this out. It means that if, you know, it just means that he doesn't get the creature in a card draw. Okay, 6 mana. What is he going to play? Is he going to play Shark Typhoon hard cast? Is he going to hard cast Shark Typhoon? Yep. Resolve that. We hope to draw a land here. There we go. We get a land. Slam Ox down. Just draw ourselves 3 cards. Get ourselves Embercleave. Alright, so he's going to sacrifice Omen of the Sun. Okay, what are you going to do, mate? What does he do here? Alright, he plays Yorion. Bouncing. Yeah, nothing. Alright, we sacrifice Ox. We'll play out Fireblade Charger. He's going to sacrifice that now. Fair play. We hope he just carries on drawing lands. You know, that's one of the worst cards he could have had for us. Let's ping off one of his little soldier tokens. Now, we've got to ask ourselves the question, do we want to play out Yorion next turn or let him discard it? Okay. Well, I think we just let him discard it. Because it makes it more likely for us to play Ox. And we're kind of trying to just smork here. Hopefully draw a land. If he has a good draw, Omen's an awful one for him to get, because it means you can scry for your sacrifices. Okay, so we kill him in 4 turns, he kills us in 4 turns too. Okay, well this speeds up our clock. We now kill him in 3, but he also kills us in 3, so he's bested us there. Oh, and actually he Omen of a Sea again. Alright, scries another 2. Tops 2. Alright, I mean, let's just swing into this. It's unfortunate. That is unfortunate there. Graveyard gets exiled. Fair play. Why wouldn't you have two Omen of the Suns, 2 Omen of the Seas, 2 Elspeth Nightmares? You know, why wouldn't you have that kind of stuff? Alright. Cast Castle and Breath, and then we play alright, okay, cool. So now we're definitely winning with that attack. I was hoping he would block like that. Means we could trade a Bone Crusher Giant for a you can't write this stuff sometimes. Hopefully he just bottoms 4, but okay, tops 1, tops another 1. Alright, get a land. If we're spinning like this, he would be greedy to not block the Rimrock Knight, which means we can kind of get rid of his Yorion. Alright. And this has got a removal spell, of course. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? But what can you do? It's probably got a... knowing this guy's luck, he's probably got another Doom Foretold. Yep. There we go. Some people just, you know, they have the luck. Okay. We might be able to get a good card off the top of his library here. We've got to swing in, otherwise we're just losing. Omen of the Sun? Omen of the Sea, sorry. Okay, see if we can get something with Omen of the Sea here. Does he have like the gate? Oh. Wait, he topped a Triome. Oh, he's got another Omen of the Sea. So you're telling me that this guy had 4 Omen of the Seas in the top 37 cards? Okay, let's play it on X. Alright, see how, you know, see how this guy plays. He was due one of those though. He hadn't drawn those. He'd drawn the rest of the good cards in his deck, but he hadn't drawn a Binding of the Old Gods. It was deserved for the lad. Alright, we're on the play here. So we're just going to hope to smork, and hopefully we can get through for the win. Okay, we have a very good curve out here. Fervent Champion into Robber, into Anax, into Faceless Haven. So our turn 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4 here are all kind of confirmed. Alright. See what card we get from a Robber. Elspeth's Nightmare. Very good card for us to hit, because it means that that's one less for him to have. He's probably still got one in hand, but At least he won't have a second one later on, or it's very unlikely. Glass Casket on the Robber. Let's play ourselves Anax. Okay. Alright, so now we have to think of what cards is it likely that he has. So he could have destroy target creature with I'm going to play one copy of Fireblade Charger here. I think he's able to kill a creature we've got with eliminate us to one. And I'd rather him kill our Anax with the eliminate. Okay. Well, I think that by killing that then, he kind of said that he didn't have. Okay, so he creates a bird. We can play Ox. Draw ourselves 3 cards. Okay, there we go. I think it's better to just swing in with all of these here, even if we trade off a Fireblade Charger. Next turn we can play a lot. If he doesn't get rid of our Ox, we've got lethal. I think he might have a Binding of the Old Gods though. I'm pretty sure anyway. Okay, he's got an Archon. Alright, okay. Now, if we full swing with everything, we're just winning. Alright, so he gains 3, goes up to 15. There we go. His head explodes, and yeah, we win the first game with Mono Red. Mono Red is very good against the Yorion decks. Game 2 he won, but he top decked like an absolute god. Yeah, let's get into the second game. Into the second game we go then. We are on the play. We're not on the play, sorry. We are on the draw. Double Fervent Champion to start with is a really nice play. A really nice turn of events. We've also got a Bone Crusher Giant if needed. We won't swing in with Fervent Champion because it's better here to keep back a blocker for this Usher. As far as I know, there are no enchantments apart from Selfless Savior. Selfless Savior sucks here, but we've got to let it go through. Okay. Now we can just start swinging in for 4. We'll keep Fireblade Charger back. Now we've got a bigger clock than him. If he does swing in with Usher, we'll just block with Fireblade Charger. He's got no real good blocks. And especially with Anax next turn, I think we're definitely favoured in this match. We just need to believe in the cleave and draw. Skyclave Apparition kind of sucks. Alright, I want to burn the Selfless Savior here. I'll deal 1 damage to the face. Yeah. Let's play Anax here. It's a good blocker for both of these cards. So unless he's got an enchantment or something to buff them up. Skyclave Apparition. Okay. We'll auto pass so he doesn't think I've got a Bone Crusher Giant. So then when he swings in with both of the Skyclave Apparitions. Okay. Well, I'm going to kill that guy. Get ourselves a 3/3. Alright. Giant killer. Okay. Swing in here. If he blocks Favorite Champion with something, I can buff it with Rimrock Knight. There we go. So Giant Killer down. Giant Killer and Usher down. Can play out our Bone Crusher Giant here. He can pay 4 to equip all of the Skyclaves, but we've just got better attacks to swing in with. Legion Angel sucks. Like, that's the best card he could get, and it's a one-of in his deck. Yeah. Yeah, there's no other way to put it, that just sucks. Swinging with these two. There are only 2 good attackers. Next turn we'll be able to swing in with Rimrock Knight and the other one. We're kind of hoping to at some point draw an Embercleave or a Torbran or something. There you go. Alright, that's a really nice turn of events. So next turn we should have lethal. At least it's got some way to get rid of a Torbran. Because we get another 1/1 next turn as well. From the Skyclave Apparition dying. So that was a very nice draw for us. The Legion Angel was an amazing draw for them. It's also a really nice draw. Okay, well, we still swing through because when Fireblade Charger dies, it deals 1 damage. So whatever happens, if he doesn't draw a lifelinker or something, we've got 1 damage confirmed next turn. Let me guess, he draws Heliod or something. Oh my god. You can't write this stuff. Alright, okay. Such a frustrating draw for it. He drew the Alseid. That's just such rubbish. Like, imagine drawing as well as this guy has. Yeah, alright. We get it, mate. You draw well. Two, 4, 6. Okay. I still think I'm 1 damage off. That was a really nice draw though. I just don't think it's enough. It's irritating. If he hadn't drawn that Alseid, we'd have won. It's irritating. I was swinging in for 5 lifelink. You know what? Robber for Rich wasn't such a bad draw for us. He will just be able to play that and equip it all next turn, but it's fine. We can try and play through all of the. Okay. Do we have any cards in the deck which could just straight up kill it? Frostbite. Okay, swing in. He gains 3 life up to 12. He didn't have first strike. What a draw. What a draw. He gives that it, so I kill the Alseid. Oh, the Alseid's got first strike. Okay. Oh, I should have just swung with the Usher as well. It's a bit of a punt there. Oh well. We shouldn't be too bad off. Seasoned Hallow Blade. It's only got 1 toughness though, so... yeah, if we swing like this, he's got to block the Rimrock Knight with the Hallow Blade. At which point we get a 4/4, and he just has to like not kill us next turn, really. Why did he discard Halvar? That literally gets him the win next turn. Because it gives it double strike. Unless he's got another one. Does he have another copy of Halvar? That's the only thing I can think of that's... oh, honest to God. Alright, we need a haster. Draw another land. We drew 3 more lands than the guy. He drew perfectly. We also draw really well, to be fair, but that's just an irritating game to play. It's just not much you can really do. Take a Phoenix out. Like, here's the thing. What do we cut from here? I think Goldsman Dragon is too slow. Rimrock Knight is nice, but I think dropping 1 copy is good. Fireblade Charger also did some work that game. Bone Crusher Giant, very good against that deck. Let's get rid of the Scorching Dragonfire. Let's cut it down like that. Yeah, that last game was really annoying. Like he drew perfectly. There mustn't have been many other ways for him to survive through there. I mean, Anax plus Embercleave is always nice. Yeah. There's not much you can do. Yeah, let's get subbed. Because he had the perfect cards for the situation. Ugh. I mean, look, if he's going to trade off an Alseid for a Fireblade Charger, I'm fine with it. playing out Anax. We'll swing in with a Fireblade Charger. If he blocks with Seasoned Hallowed Blade. Alright. I mean, of course he's got Skyclave Apparition. You know. Let's get rid of this Skyclave Apparition. I'll do it on my turn so we can't protect it with the Alseid. I think that's better than playing the Anax. Okay. Let's play another copy of Anax. Then next turn we can try and Scorching Dragonfire the Seasoned Hallowed Blade. Okay. Usher of the Fallen. Selfless Saviour. Alright. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't read that. That's frustrating. Next to attackers, we'll swing in with these three. I don't know how this guy blocks here because it's basically a face-up cleave. Let's be real. Okay, well, I'll take it. Because it gives it +1/+1, so... Okay. Well, that worked out well for us. Oh, for God's sake. Really? 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 Alright, well, you know. The only way to play this now is to swing with everything and hope he messes up. Because now what I can do is I can equip cleave. Because I wouldn't have another cleave, would I? This is the best way to attack to try and certify a win. This guy's drawn like a god. Okay. He can't sacrifice anything to give it protections. Keep this one, attach it here. Wait. What does this say? If a permanent you control deal damage to a permanent you control, prevent one of that damage. Okay. So we need to deal 2 damage here to get it killed. Okay. Cool. So we still haven't won, but we're a lot closer than we were. That's what we need to. All right, okay. So 1-1 now. That game I drew like a god. Right, let's play like this. And then hopefully we can get the best of him in game 3. Hopefully this can be a pretty even, close game that we can... I mean, I'll take it if, you know... This is a very nice hand from us. Alright, I'll keep this untapped because the Alseid swing back just negates our Fireblade Champion attack, and he ends up 1 point up. Okay, fair play. Let's kill the Luminarch Aspirant. And we're not going to be able to block the Alseid, so we can just swing through. That 1 point of damage doesn't make a massive difference in the short term, however, longer on into the game, it's possible that would make a massive difference. Okay, let's play Bone Crusher Giant. We kind of want to just, you know, stalemate the game. He's missed his land drop, so that's always good for us. He's hit his land drop, he's got them all. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swing in for Fireblade Champion. Now, hopefully he blocks it with Usher and sacrifices the Selfless Saviour. He doesn't, which is irritating. No, I'm just going to play the Torbran out. We have to try and beat this guy down. Oh my, this guy! Okay, we drew a good card. It's possible that we now can take advantage of this. Alright, Selfless Saviour goes, but this guy swings in for 4. This is actually going to be very close. Our land's coming tapped now. Oh, this is frustrating. Does it have vigilance? I can sacrifice it. I hadn't thought of that. Gonna place a stop on his end step. What does he attach it to? Okay. Okay. Those two kill themselves. I get a 4/4. Okay, I actually think we might win this one. It's better to play it like this. Alright, okay. And now... Yes, there we go. So we actually managed to win that game somehow. The Aggro war off the top. I got very salty midway through that. Because that guy was drawing insane. But turns out we just outdrew him. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. And I'll be back with another video soon. Goodbye.